Let me introduce myself. My name's Fred and I'm here with my good buddy Mark. Come join us as we talk all things good while diving into our future and past. We're both animals and Mark, but it's not all about bars. We ignite and bring a spark and spit from the heart. When times seem bleak and harsh, we're here trying to bring a little light to those in dark. This is our role when we're playing our part. Welcome everybody. Okay, let's start.
Yo, ready, set, go. Welcome to the Fredy and Mark show. Two dope MCs, homies that met through music, bringing you one of the dopest interviews you will ever view on YouTube. We doing it our way from the UK to the United States. Let's go.
Right, so this next part of the show, this is the part that really excites me. Let's get down to some questions and see what we're really about. So, Mark, question number one to you is, if you was diagnosed with cancer or any other life-threatening disease and you had just 1 week to live, what would be on your bucket list of things to do?
Hey, yo, what's good, Freddy? What's good, my bro? It's a pleasure to do the show with you. I like question time. You already know question time is my favorite time. Let's get it. So, if I only had a week to live because I was like terminally ill, one thing I'd want to do is travel. Hit some of the destinations on my travel bucket list. Cairo, Colosseum in Rome, Petra in Jordan, Machu Picchu in Peru, Nazca Lions also around in that same area. There's a lot of places I want to go visit. So traveling, that'd be one of the things on my bucket list.
Ooh, okay. Question number two is, we've talked about meeting in person a lot over the last year, so I was thinking, what will be our first plan of action on the day we finally meet in person?
Okay. I got you, Freddie. I got you. So, after you guys settled in wherever you were staying at, it'd be basically up to you what we would do. If you wanted to go see the Grave Crusher statue, we'd go see the Grave Crusher statue. If you wanted to go get some food, order a pizza, we'd get some food, order a pizza. If you wanted to go hike some Austin Park trails, if the weather was nice enough and it wasn't too muddy out there, we'd go do it. Whatever you had the energy to do, that's what we'd go do. Simply put.
We're going strong, very strong. Okay, question number three for you, my friend, is, what words would you use to describe yourself best?
Let's get it. I'll be honest with you, man. I hate these kind of questions. Questions where they ask me to describe myself in one word or a few words or describe myself in some way. I hate those. I hate those kind of questions. I'm completely honest with you. But I'm not going to avoid the question. We're going to keep it true. If I had to describe myself in one word, it would be human.
Okay, cool. Right, question number four then. Let's get back on music. What initially got you into hip-hop and writing music?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get back to music. Well, to keep it simple, I started with poetry. I started writing poems, and then eventually I met someone, my nephew's dad, who let me start writing with him, and eventually my poems turned to raps, and then I usually just would keep a notepad and I wouldn't record anything because I didn't really have a microphone or equipment, and I still don't. So I just would keep them in a notepad and I wouldn't record them. I would show people them, let them read it, but I wouldn't record it. And then I met this kid and this other dude, Young T or Tyler Kolzak, and this guy Jerry Hebner, who used to work at Pizza Hut, and Tyler I met with his brother Big Drew, and so Young T and Jerry Hebner, they were really important to my musical start. Jerry Hebner is where my first video is posted, actually, like my very first video with Young T. The channel is actually all one word. It's JerryHeebner. I have like 10 videos on that channel that you've probably never seen. But it was Young T who showed me how to make my own YouTube channel and upload videos from my iPhone 4. That's how my YouTube was created, was through Young T's influence. And he appeared in a lot of my earlier videos, and then we eventually grew apart and stopped kicking it. But yeah, that was back in the day. That was back in the Naptown Squad days. Fun days, rough days.
Okay, question number 5. Right, this one's interesting because people will want to know, as I do myself. Question number 5. What future plans do you have, and what can we expect from your music in the year 2021?
Ooh, yes, I was really excited, really hoping you'd ask me something like this, Fredy. Definitely stay tuned for more raps. Expect me to be rapping more on beats. I'm still going to do acapellas. Expect more EPs, more gaming videos, Insta raps for Instagram. Definitely more pictures dropping on Instagram. Maybe some more Roxy videos. Definitely more battles to come. I'm doing video battles on Gage, and I'm also doing audio battles now. Me and you just had an audio battle recently. And that shit was so fucking awesome. That shit was fucking fire. Fucking raw. Classic debatable. Fucking did that. But yeah. So, yeah, shout out to Gage Battle League. Stay tuned for, new music, raps, beats, acapellas, gaming videos, and battles. Definitely. And gaming, if I haven't said that already. I can't say that enough. I love my gaming time. I just don't get enough of it.
Right, so we're getting through this nicely, and this is good shit. Right, because it's relevant, and we're all going through this shitty, rubbish pandemic, and I thought you could touch on it. So, question number 6 is Corona. How would you be dealing with the pandemic if you was in higher power?
Yes, Rona. Fucking Rona. Well, I honestly can't give an answer on what I would have done better, to be honest with you. I think that all the governments who have been dealing with Rona have done the best they could for the system they have set up, and my heart goes out to everyone who's been affected by it. I wear my bandana when I go into shops or when I go do errands in town, but that's about it. I mean, I'm not afraid to breathe the open air. But that's just me, and everybody feels differently. And, I don't hate anyone who feels differently than me, and I don't reject how they feel just because it's different than how I feel. I just learn to cope and coexist in a respectful, civil manner.
Right, so we got to the last question. This has been really fun to do so far. So, last but not least, question number 7. If you could change one thing about the music industry, one thing alone, what would it be?
Woo! Yes. We made it to the last question. On your questions list. I chuckle though. So far, he says. No, I feel that, man. No, I feel that. This is actually one of my favorite questions, Fredy. I like this one a lot. If I could change anything in the music industry today, I would take the discrimination out of it. Literally. And that's all I have to say. Like, to go further into it, Eminem is a great person to bring up as an example for this, because a lot of people say he's a guest in hip-hop when he's clearly imprinted his legacy within the culture, But when did hip-hop discriminate? Just, throwing that out there, That's how I feel. There was never any discrimination in hip-hop, so it must have been created within the community of hip-hop, and that's what I'm trying to say. I would change that about music, and that goes for any genre too. If there's any of that in any genre, that's something that I would change. Discrimination, I would take it out of. Yo, what's good, my bro? It's time to get you back for that questions list, man. That was vicious. I gotta admit, you had me thinking. Good shit, though. Now it's time for you to answer some of mine. Are you ready? All right. Well, question 1. 1 or 2 rap hip-hop songs that got you into rap/hip-hop?
Sweet. Good question, man. Hip-hop. 2 artists that got me into hip-hop/rap. This goes back, man. This goes back. I think it was in middle school, secondary school, as you'd probably say. It was in a science lesson. We was in a science lesson, and somebody just whipped out their phone. I can't remember who it was at the time. everyone was Bluetoothing people tunes and things like that, and it was Tupac Changes. I can't remember who was on the hook, but it was Tupac Changes. Just the opening lyrics. I wake up in the morning and I ask myself, is life worth living till I blast myself? Hit home straight away, just like that. And then I guess I was introduced to like Eminem, and it would have gone from like 8 Mile down that road, and yeah.
All right, good stuff. Great answers, by the way. All right, so let's get on to question 2. I'm gonna run through these questions too. I'm not much of a talker, but I got some good questions. So, question number 2. First 2 hip-hop rap CDs that you bought. Yep. Let's hear them. I'm anxious for this one. I remember.
Oh, God, I'm sure you're going to shoot me down for this one. Right. There wasn't one. The first CD I bought with my own money, as I remember, was... Actually, I've got it here. It's a UK artist. Devlin, Blood, Sweat and Beers. If you ain't seen it, ain't listened to it, go check that out. That was the first CD I bought that had any hip-hop influence. It was grime, mostly grime, that I was into. As I said in answering the last question, it was around that time when I was getting into music, middle school, late middle school, going up to the high school. There was like UK artists popping up, and I was being directed to them artists at the time, so I wasn't necessarily looking overseas for music anymore. It was all about listening to the people closer to me, growing up around the same sort of situations that I was going through, same sort of problems and stresses. So yeah, you're going to have to shoot me down for that one, but I'm keeping it real and I'm being honest. Devlin, Blood, Sweat and Beers. First CD I bought, hip-hop, rap, grime, anything related. That's it. First CD I bought.
That's fire. And I said I was anxious in that last question, or before I asked that last question. I was more excited. Awesome answers, though, my bro. Great answers. I hope some of you are listening. Real music right there. So, now we're on to question 3. Every question gets a little bit funner, I'll tell you. Alright. This one's going to really get you thinking. One of your favorite songs from each of your top 5 favorite rappers of all time.
Yo, what did you just do to me, bro? Fuck, you know, that was a tough one. That really did get me thinking. You're right. That got me thinking. I had to write them down, man. So, I want to start off with, obviously, Tupac Changes, because that was the first tune of... before I heard grime, UK music, that was what I heard. Obviously, then we're going to go with Eminem, 8 Mile, because that was just... him at his top. Absolute sensational. Can't say much more about it, can you? This one, Mike Righteous, a UK-based rapper from Margate, England. A tune called Campaign, spelt with a K, not a C. Absolute banger. The whole CD, I think, was a mixtape called Campaign as well. Go check that out if you haven't seen it. I think some of the tunes, maybe even all the tunes, are on YouTube. Just type in Mike Righteous Campaign, it should come up. But yeah, that one, just, yeah. Dr. Dre, Still Dre. Come on, please. I don't need to say nothing. And last but not least, another UK rapper going by the name of Giggs. Talking the hardest. Giggs, talking the hardest. Yeah, man.
That's what I'm talking about. Alright. So we gotta switch it up a little bit with these questions here. Let's get onto some of that gauge shit. You know, that big gauge shit. Because like I said earlier, me and you just had a battle on Gauge. It was an audio battle. It hit over 1,000K in views. Fantastic bars, man. And fantastic follow-up battle to your debut against Dirt. Mad love to Gauge, mad love to Dirt, mad love to everyone over there on the team. But let's get to this question. Anyone on Gage Battle League in particular you could see yourself battling next? Who is it? Let them know. Let them know.
Bro, come on. What are you trying to do? You trying to cause a war? Trying to start the war off? No, firstly, I want to say thank you and I appreciate the love. My debut, that was mad. Dirk was a good opponent. The battle with you was awesome. I took a lot away from that. And the debut, to be fair, like, yeah, I learned quite a bit, to be honest. As for who I'd like to battle next, or who I could see battling, well, I don't want to sound big-headed or nothing, but fucking, I don't care. Gage hit me up, and I'm there. It doesn't matter to me who it is, because it's not about winning or losing. It's not about, it's not about the loss or the win. It's about enjoying it, and it's about challenging myself and just seeing how far I can push my skill set, and it's enjoyable at the end of the day. It's a sport, so there's no one in particular. There's no one I'd call out or anything like that. I won't go looking for beefing or any battle like that. But if Gage come calling, big Gage come calling, I'm going to be there 100%. I don't mind who it is. Battling to me is fun, so yeah. I know you know how that is. Some people take it too seriously. I was one of them as well, as you know. Like, I weren't too keen on the whole battling thing for a long while. It was yourself that brought me into it, and again, mad love for that, because again, this sounds like I wouldn't have done otherwise, but I've really enjoyed it up until now. So yeah, like I said, there's no one in particular, just whoever Big Gage say is my next opponent, that's my next opponent. So keep an eye out for the future battles. Yeah, mad love to Big Gaged. It's Gaged.
It's all love. It's all love. That's what's up. Hell yeah, let them know that you got your eye on them. Let them know about it. We're on question 5. Realize we're flying through these questions, right? Alright, so, number 5. Since I mentioned our battle earlier, what is one thing, lesson, or thought that you took away from our battle on Gage?
For sure, man. Yeah, we're getting through it, man. We're flying through, and it's real fun, isn't it? No, I didn't expect this to be so fun, but it's really good, man. As for what I learned from your battle, our battle, should I say, not to go in too hot-headed, not as speedy and as pacey as I'm used to, because obviously I'm from the grime scene, so we're at a faster BPM. So slow it down, focus more on punchlines and scheming. I guess the main thing I learned is to stay humble, bro, because there's always somebody that's going to be above you. Do you know what I mean? There's always going to be someone that's bigger and better or whatever. So stay grounded. That's the main thing I took from it, I guess. And I want to say thank you as well. Thank you, man.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Like I said, my bro, all love, all love. And again, I appreciate you for even doing the battle, you know. But here we go. Here we go with an easy question, switching it up again. You hit me with this one, so I'm going to hit you back with it. Future music / battles and plans for 2021. I know you got some crazy things in the works. You and me, we've talked about some of them. You've showed me some things that you're working on currently. But let's talk about it. What are your future music / battle and plans for 2021?
Well, as for 2021, I just hope it's going to be a lot better than 2020, because 2020 was a bag of shite. Absolute terrible year for everyone involved. The pandemic fucked shit up, left, right, and centre. Yeah, but as for music and future projects, there's a couple of projects I and yourself and Outcastle Popularity have been working on. There's beats left, right, and centre being sent in, tunes being vocaled, albeit not recordio, studio, or nothing like that. Saying that, I do want to get back in the studio. That has to be a big one for 2021. All being well with Corona and that, and you know, business gets back to usual, life gets back to usual in general, to be fair. So yeah, studio, I want to get in there. It's been like 4 or 5 years since I was in the studio. It's been way too long, so I need to get in the studio. There's loads more videos coming, acapellas, vocal beats, and battling. Battling now's a thing. So I'm considered a battler. So battling engaged. Just trying to enjoy life in general, man, because this year has been so poor for everyone involved, like I said. So yeah, lots of stuff in the works, lots of stuff in the pipeline, and just gonna enjoy 2021. 2021, yeah, it was right for what it is, and yeah, just keep your eyes open, man. There's gonna be releases dropping left, right, and centre.
You know it, and you know what? Like I said, we've been flying through these questions. We're already at question 7. Yeah, that's what's up. You know it, man. It's been fun doing this interview with you for sure. This is my first big interview I've done in a long time, and putting it together with you and talking with you, and just appreciate the all-around time you've given me to help put together this interview. I appreciate it, you know. So because you asked me such awesome questions, and because my questions only get better the more questions we do, and this is my last question, so I got to make sure it's hits like the Big Bang, you know, Big Bang Theory. So question 7 for you, my bro Fredy, is if you had a chance to speak to the world and knew everyone was listening, what would be your message?
Oh yeah, definitely, man. It's been my pleasure. I've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed it as well. I think we've done good. This is the first time we've done anything like this, like raw off the back. Like, you know what I mean? You're on the other side of the world, for Christ's sake. But I'm going to wrap this up, and I'm going to keep it short by saying, if I had one message to say to the world, be kind. Think about the next guy. You never know what he's going through. Someone's always got it worse than you. Be positive and help one another out. Simple as, man. We need more loving in this world. Too much hate. Thanks for having me, bro.